Hello, my name is TV Head, and welcome to my documentary I will be filming about the Pollux SMP. There are a lot of people on this SMP that I have to talk to, and many topics that I will be covering. This series will be covered in two episodes. Episode 1 just being the interviews of each person I can get a hold of, and the second episode will be looking into their homes, their daily lives, about and what these people get up to. Sadly, I won't be able to get a hold to all of the members, such as Psychotron, who is off in the distance building something mysterious, but it hasn't been seen for days. But that's okay. We'll just get started with the interviewers I'm able to get a hold of, starting with Pyro AU. Alright, well, today we are here to interview the vampire hunter Pyro AU 1234. And so, I'm really glad to have you here, Pyro. How are you today?
First of all, don't call me my real name. That's only my parents, and my
Oh,
parents are
right.
dead. So, don't
Ah,
do that.
right. My
Second of
bad.
all, I'm doing all right.
Do I just call you Pyro?
Yeah, well, Pyro AU, depending on who you
So
are.
just don't add. Just Pyro. So who
Yeah,
who who is allowed to call you Pyro AU one two
oh,
three four?
yeah, no, anyone can call me Pyro AU. It's like calling me on my last name,
Right.
just not the 1, 2, 3, 4 part. That's like a family thing. Don't worry
Oh,
about it.
okay, okay. So, now that we've got your name out of the way, so you're a vampire hunter.
Yeah,
How has that been going for you? How is that?
pretty shit.
Pretty shit. Can you explain? What's so what's so bad about being a vampire hunter?
You know what I realized?
Hmm.
No one really wants to like actually kill all the vampires.
Why is
Like,
that? Mm.
because I have a lot of good vampire mates, and then also, like, if I did kill all the vampires, everyone would be pretty mad at me. So I don't really think I can kill all the vampires.
So what you're saying is that as a vampire hunter, you're not able to fulfill your own sort of service, what you feel like you have to the humans of this place by killing the vampires that live around this area.
First of all, humans, you mean Morgan. Second of all, yeah.
I mean, there are villages too.
Where are
Villages
the
that
villages?
there are plenty of villages around the world that get under attack by vampires. I've actually found quite a few vampire villages around that were used to be human villages. Um, but yes, do you find your job as a vampire hunter unfulfilling?
It's fulfilling enough. I gotta kill things. It's just, first of all, it's not a job. I don't get paid to do this.
Ah,
Like,
well.
no one pays. Second of all, it's fulfilling enough. Just kind of pointless in retrospect.
Okay, okay, that's fair. So, what would you
I'm like
say your goals are?
just give me a second.
Oh,
Let's go. How much is a goal in footy?
um,
It's like
that's not the
eight.
kind of goal I'm talking about.
God damn it. In soccer?
No, no, I'm talking about like aspirations. What
Does
are
baseball have goals?
no, they have home runs. I'm I'm
Yeah,
I'm,
that's my goal.
I'm
Home
talking about your
run.
aspirations. The things you dream to do on the server
My
on this lovely world.
aspirations.
Yeah,
Oh, what I dream to do.
yeah.
Aspirations. Just making a really good garlic bread count.
Yeah, it does.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Oh, all right. So, your aspirations is to make a really good garlic bread. What has driven you to have this aspiration?
Because to be honest, garlic bread recipe is really easy, so it's just like, I thought, if I add 2 garlic instead of 1 garlic, maybe something will change.
All right. That's fair. So, how will you know when you sort of achieved your goal, like your aspiration? When will you feel fulfilled in that?
When I figure it out.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll just move on to the next question. How do you feel about the other people on this server?
Uh, Everyone who isn't named Double is pretty alright.
What do you have
Not,
issues with double?
not really. It's kind of like this, like whenever like people on like YouTube have like fake rivalries, it's like I hate them. You don't really.
So you
It's
you
kind of
see him as a potential rival.
nah. I just kind of see him as like a fly, you
A
know.
fly, so he's nothing more than some annoying bug to you.
Kinda. I mean, like if a fly could kill me, if I was like deathly allergic
So
to a
like a
fly.
mosquito or a bee.
No, if I was deathly allergic to a bee, like if it stings me, I'm dead. But overall, it's just kind of like annoyingly buzzing around.
Right, so it's just sort of this mild inconvenience that you know you can't get rid of because it will kill you if you try.
I mean, I wouldn't really want to kill Double. Like it's kind of it's played up. I wouldn't want to
So
kill
it's a
Double.
complicated relationship you have with this
Yeah,
double figure.
complicated is probably the best way to say it.
Okay, okay, interesting. Um, so on that note, who would you say is someone you enjoy being around on the server?
Well, I think Morgan's quite bubbly, very optimistic Morgan. So I think it's very nice to hang out with him.
Okay, so Morgan, she's the resident human who hangs around the vampires a lot, yeah?
Well, to be honest, Morgan just hangs out with everyone. Like, I'm
Mm,
pretty sure, like, Morgan makes friends with dragons, to be honest.
fair, fair. Okay, so Morgan is. Would you say Morgan is the server favorite person?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, okay. How do you, feel about the current mayor of the server? Don't worry,
Uh,
anything you say in this
uh,
interview is said in
that,
confidence. Nothing will be, said
let's
pushed
just
past
give me
me.
a second.
Next
Fuck,
question.
I don't have my shit on me. Oh, God, I can't kill him.
Uh,
Oh, shit. Yeah, just a second. Fuck, shit. Are you
uh,
definitely allergic to sand?
to sand,
Yeah.
but you're standing on it right now.
Yeah, are you definitely allergic to it?
No, I'm not.
Are you definitely allergic to dirt?
No, I'm not.
Rocks, maybe.
No.
How about wool?
No.
Wood?
No.
Leaves?
No.
Water?
I mean, if I get a little bit of water in my system, I tend to buzz out a little bit, but I
You're a
wouldn't say.
vampire. You're allergic to sun.
I'm asking the questions here. Get back on your seat. So I'm assuming you don't want to talk about your feelings about the mayor.
Well, you'd have to die if I was to talk about it. So, yeah, let's move on to the next
Well,
question.
okay. I have also heard about a revolution that is being set up, and word is that
Are you
you
definitely
are.
allergic to the gravel in the
I'm
bottom?
not. Look, Pyro. Nothing you say like in this interview will be carried out to anyone else. I'm the only person who will be holding this information. I'm just doing a generalized interview to get a feel of the server, so the watchers can know.
Just a second, just a second.
Mm?
No, 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 fuck, shit, fuck, no, 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 fuck, shit, fuck, no, 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 fuck, shit, fuck,
Uh,
fuck, shit. Yeah, okay, anyways, go
that's a
on.
lot of bleeping out I'm gonna have to do later. So, I'm guessing you don't want to talk about that. Well,
Yes.
is there anything you would like to talk about that I haven't brought up previously?
Yeah, do you know how much dragons suck?
Um, no, I don't. I can't say I've had any experience with dragons.
Well, let me tell you about how much I hate dragons.
10 hours later.
Okay,
And that's
I've
why, okay,
I've
and
had
that's
enough.
why dragons suck.
Okay, that's good to know. Look, Pyro, I don't have any more questions for you. Thank you for participating in this interview. Uh, yeah, that's all. Thank you for participating in this interview, and I hope you, um, let go of your prejudice of dragons, and have a good day or evening, whatever. I think it's night. Have a good night. Thank you for
Yeah,
interviewing with me, Pyro.
thank you. Anyways, tell me if you have any sort of deadly, like, allergies, any sort. I just need to know about them, okay?
Whatever you say.
Hello.
Hello, and thank you for coming to the interview today. I really do appreciate it, and I would thank you for giving me some of your time. So, what can we call you?
Morgan, or Morgan is Co.
Okay, well, nice to meet you, Morgan is Co. I hear that you are the only human in the sort of immediate area of this SMP. How has that been going for you?
It's actually been going pretty great, because everybody thinks I'm super weak and decides, to give me free stuff and doesn't try to make an enemy of me. It's pretty useful.
Is that armor part of that free stuff you got, or
Oh,
because
no, 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 no. This is the scales of a dragonite killed.
ah, okay. Oh, on that note, I did actually hear that you have been referring to yourself as the Dragon Slayer. Have you killed
Yes, yes.
multiple dragons? And if so, how is this Dragon Slayer title slash whatever you would like to call it working out for you?
I've killed about 7 dragons now. They're calling me Morgan is Dragon Slayer.
Mm.
Um, and it's very nice. It's very I've never felt really powerful before, and I think especially because, I am the human and everybody thinks, I'm weak and stuff. The armor and everything, it really helps,
Yeah, yeah. So
me have a name for myself.
well, that's good. That's good. So would you like to say that you were trying to prove to everyone on the server that you can just be a human and be as equally as powerful as everyone else?
I mean, that sounds really good. Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Well, on that note, how do you feel about the other hunters slash vampires?
Everybody is very tricky. I'm trying to understand everyone.
Mm.
Because I feel like some people they aren't as sharing about their inner feelings. I love getting to know people's feelings.
Mm.
Um, so being the only human, I'm able to see how the vampires feel about vampire hunters, how vampire hunters feel about vampires. They all just, they are very open because I'm just a human.
Ah, well, would you see this as sort of an advantage to be able to learn more and keep information about other people? And in saying that sense, would you ever use this information for your own benefit?
I mean, I would never use the fact that I was a human to get advantages from others or, you know, be put in good graces. I would never do that.
Mm, mm.
Never.
Some good qualities you have there. Very, very chivalrous. Um, what would you say your goals are for this SMP?
My goals are to make as many friends as possible. And if one of my friends needed help with some kind of, little tiny revolution or something, I may be inquired to help out.
See, on that note of the revolution, how is that going for you? And I hear the leader is a child. How do you feel about this? Like,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I believe everybody deserves a chance to rule things. And, she's doing a great job. She has a plan. She
hmm,
has a goal. And I you know, I feel like I have a rather good place in the revolution. Very proud of
hmm.
our tight-knit little group. And I feel like, if she ever needs any guidance, any help whatsoever, I am always willing to step in and help lead with whatever she may need help in directing.
Okay, interesting, interesting. In saying that about the revolution, how do you feel about the current mayor?
I believe Ruby's been very kind to me, very open, very sharing and caring. Um, as this is a revolution, I believe she needs to be taken down.
And why is this? So I do understand that they did come in and elect themselves as mayor, with no proper voting system. But to my knowledge, this happened when there wasn't many people a part of this world SMP, this SMP here that we have today. And now this revolution is here to overthrow Ruby because they weren't fairly elected. But even though they are considered a good mayor, from what I've heard from just you so far, um, you still want to overthrow them?
Oh yes, 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 absolutely.
Is it just because the how the election went down, and if they were to say get re-elected as mayor, there wouldn't be any issues with that?
I mean, just between me and you, between me
Mm.
and you.
Yeah.
I think that a big old fight would be a whole lot of fun.
So your motivations in the revolution, aside from being there just to support a young girl's dreams, is other you just want a cool fight to
Oh
happen.
yes, yes.
Okay, interesting, interesting.
And
Um,
of course, supporting him. So of
yeah.
course.
Okay. Well, that is certainly some motivations to keep on going for. Who would you say is your favorite person on this server?
Oh, that's so difficult. Oh my goodness, there's so many amazing, amazing people on the SMP.
Mm.
Um, because I feel like we've all really bonded together. Hannah is very, very sweet and been very like, welcoming to me to, especially since I joined the revolution and things
Yeah.
like that. You know, all the vampires been so kind to me, except Double kind of Double's done nothing but try to bully me. Um,
Mm.
but all the other vampires been super sweet. Um, and then I haven't talked with too many people, but me and Pyro went on a really long adventure the other day. So I feel like we've really bonded. So I feel like I've spent the most time so far with Pyro.
Interesting. See, on that note, there are 2 points that I would like to point out in this conversation. Pyro actually had said that you're most likely to be the server's favorite person. How does that make you feel?
Really?
Yeah, he said
Oh
that in
my,
his interview.
oh my gosh. Oh, that's very, very sweet. What was the question?
Um, there is also a another point that you in Insane Double. He tends to bully you a lot. In
Yes,
Pyro's
yes.
interview, he did actually describe Double as a bee, very annoying,
Ooh.
but you can't kill him because he'll kill you. In
Mm.
saying that you are deathly allergic to bees, would you agree with this statement?
Um, I believe that no one is truly unkillable.
Hmm.
And I believe, hopefully with the killing of the dragons and the proving that dragons are not as hard to kill as we originally believed, I hope that we can one day reach a more equal standing with Double in from his godlike position up above everybody else.
Interesting. Okay. What other questions do I have here for you today? Yeah, that looks like all of the questions I had for you today. Is there anything you would like to bring up in this interview?
So, how many people said I was the favorite this week? That, you know,
So far I've only interviewed 2 people, you and Pyro, and so Pyro was the one to say that, but coming from the consensus on how you have projected yourself, I'm fairly confident that other people would also agree that you were probably one of the favorite people on the server.
this is wonderful. This is good. This is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes,
Alright,
yes.
well, thank you for
I'm not.
participating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me here. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope you have a good, evening, as it seems to be coming down to.
Oh yes, I do have to get to safety.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now I'm on the table.
Oh,
Oops.
that's alright, that's alright.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, okay. Oh,
Alright.
yeah. Up there. Bye.
Thank you so much for coming to this interview today. What can I call you?
Uh, Spork, I guess. Yeah,
Spork?
that makes sense.
Alright. Well, Spork, I see you're a vampire hunter. How has that been going
Mm.
for you?
I killed one recently, actually. It gave me like hold on, where is it? Yes, vampire blood.
Vampire blood.
Yes.
Well,
It's
that
very, very
is
close.
interesting.
Yes, and also, because vampires like garlic, I've transformed into Wario, which I think is hilarious.
Who is Wario?
He is he is a he is a Mario character who is obsessed with garlic.
I have never heard of this Mario before. This is quite interesting. I'm learning many things in this interview today. So you're saying that, he likes garlic, and funnily enough that you do bring this up, that in Pyro's interview, who I hear is part of your little niche group of vampire
True.
hunters,
Yes.
his goal in life is to make the best garlic bread. How do you feel about Pyro's goal to make the best garlic bread as a vampire hunter?
Well, I can make excellent garlic bread because I am a garlic man.
You are a
So
garlic man?
exactly, yes. Because in the ancient tomes of the vampire hunting religion, I guess, you get to choose three main pathways. You got to make the tools and stuff, which is what Pyro did, and there's another one which is making like weird potions and spells and stuff. And I chose the garlic one, where you get to make cooking and stuff, and you make garlic cool gadgets with garlic, I guess. Which is
So,
what I did. Therefore, I make excellent garlic bread. I don't have any on me because I ate it all, but
fair enough. So, in saying this, do you find Pyro's aspiration to make the best garlic bread unachievable or a bit silly, or are you willing as a garlic bread master to assist the your fellow vampire hunter?
yeah, he's my homie. I'm sure if he asks me, I can help and assist him with said making good garlic bread.
All right. Well, that's enough about Pyro. Let's talk about
Yeah.
you more and your stance in the Vampire Hunter, because I understand that you guys have got yourselves a little village that you hang around. Would you say that you three Vampire Hunters have a hierarchy going on, or are you guys all sort of like have a mutual understanding with one of each other?
Well, I would say we're even, but I would say Pyro is probably the strongest out of all of us. He makes all the tools and has all the weapons and has a lot more experience. I think yeah, I just kind of get the stuff that he makes, and I'm kind of like his plus one in a way.
All right,
Um,
interesting.
and then there's Shark, who we haven't seen in a while. I think he's like, I don't know where he is.
Fair enough. What are your goals for this?
I would say, I would say just like killing vampires. I guess not you. Like, here's my stand on all these vampire killing. There are some vampires out there who only try and kill for like to
Just for the fun
get
of it, the
blood.
sport.
Yeah, and then there's like people like my good friends like Sai uh Hannah, Morgan. No, actually, wait, no, Morgan's a human. But yeah,
Ruby.
yeah, Ruby, that's it. They're just vampires for fun, and they're chill. So
So
I don't kill them.
fair enough. That is actually pretty similar to what Pyro had said about his stance on vampires. And so your goal is just to kill the vampires that aren't the friendly ones.
Yeah, I feel like it's like a good thing to
That
make
is,
sure
yes.
that yeah, and also plus I would also say that I say my other goal is more just to like have not in a way kind of like peace between everyone because peace is cool. All my homies love peace.
Would you say the server is not at peace right now?
Um, I would say it's probably won't be very soon, most likely.
What makes you say that?
From what I've heard, um, my good friend Hannah has been killed,
Oh.
by a cop, from what I've heard. And also the mayor, Ruby, was self-elected, from also what I heard, and there's like no other. So it's just a self-elected mayor, which is kind of cringe, but
Yeah.
that's just how the world goes, I guess.
So, are you part of this revolution that I have been hearing about that is planning on overthrowing this mayor?
Yeah. Look, I wouldn't say a part. I've heard of it, and I've seen some stuff about it. I'm just gonna try and like, in a way, maybe not be a full-on part of it, but I'm not gonna stop anything if I see it happening.
So, just a bystander, just simply wanting, peace and stability in this server.
Yes, totally. Yep.
Okay, interesting. On that note, how do you feel about the other people of the server?
Um, well, I would say everyone has had some pretty chill to me so far. Um, for example, people who, like for example, Double, which I would say is probably one of the more strongest people and also
Mhm.
very scary, helped us vampire hunters from a potential dragon problem because there was a dragon that was living basically underneath our village, and if we didn't find out about it sooner, it probably would have broken out of the ground and probably killed us all, which would have
Mm.
been incredibly fun. Um, so I would say Double is pretty chill, and same with Pyro and Shark. They are my two good vampire hunter friends,
Mm.
and there's also Hannah, who I've known for a long while.
Mm.
Same with Ruby. I've known Ruby for a little bit as well, and then also the and Sai, who does the in stuff. Which, by the way, you're gonna hear rumors that I apparently broke and stole stuff, which I never have, and that was Shark. That's all
Okay.
I'm saying. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
On God. And yeah.
right. Well,
Mm-hmm.
see, it's funny that you speak about Double in such a positive light compared to the other two who I've interviewed beforehand, because Pirate had stated that Double is nothing more than a bee. Really annoying, but if you try to kill it, you'll probably die, because you are hypothetically really allergic to bees in this situation. And Morgan had actually said that Double tends to bully her, but when asked about, how strong he is and that sort of stance, she had referred to him in a godlike stance because he seems currently very unachievable in power to compared to everyone else, but not for long in her sense. So she's trying to get stronger to be able to compete with him. In saying all of this information, so far you're the only person who actually talk about him in a positive way. Is there any particular reason why you think you see him more positive compared to anyone else on the server who I've interviewed so far that sees him in a negative way?
Yeah, well, I've heard about all the negative stuff, mainly because, well, I think he's pretty chill, mainly because he saved like our village from possible destruction from a dragon. He
Mm.
also gave me this cool pickaxe. I think it's like I think it was for me to do like manual labor, but I think I just never ended up doing it.
Ah,
But that's fun. But besides that, I think he's been pretty chill to me. I understand if there's any other experiences, but if someone's been chill to me, then I will be nice in gratitude, and when I will be nice back.
interesting. On that note, how do you feel about the mayor per se?
Mm, well, I think it's like self-elected is kind of a bit
Hmm.
mean, but like I feel like the mayor has been also pretty nice to me. So it's kind of like a mixed in a way, but I also I would probably appreciate the mayor a bit more if they maybe like held an election. Maybe I think would be a cool idea
So,
because I'm sure there'd be other people who would like who have also been pretty strong in this whole little community we have here and like would be
mm,
also have equal rights and all that jazz and all that cool stuff.
who would you like to see as mayor?
Um, Honestly, I think as much as it sounds bad in like retrospect, I would think maybe like someone like maybe me or Pyro, like some vampire hunters would be pretty cool. Or maybe like Morgan actually. Yeah, maybe Morgan because Morgan's probably the more neutral one out of everyone
Mm.
because they're the human. When there's us three vampire hunters and then there's all the vampires and then there's Morgan who's the human who's probably neutral and is basically friends with everyone. So I would say Morgan would be a good mayor.
Mm. Interesting.
But also, yeah, but also at the same time, I feel like us vampire hunters, we although you'd expect us to be mean to the vampires, we're kind of just chill and we only kill the vampires who are mean. But
Mm.
yeah, so I would say someone like, and also probably like honestly anyone really could probably do it. I would say Di would be a cool good choice. Same with Hannah.
So, in what you're saying, you feel like anyone
Yeah.
could be good as mayor. All you want
Mm.
is just them to be elected in a fair way.
Yes, I think if anyone was elected in a fair way, I would say it would be chill.
Mm.
You know,
Okay.
as long as
Okay.
it's fair. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, is there anything that you would like to personally talk about in this interview?
Um, yeah, well, I would say, yeah, I don't know. I feel like back with the double thing, and maybe like, I think one of my main kind of scares is that if we do hold an election, I'm scared that if double ends up trying to run for mayor and he gets elected as mayor, I feel like shit might go down.
What makes
Although
you say that?
from what I've heard, he's incredibly strong.
Mm.
He's apparently, from what I've heard from Pyro, he's gloats about his strengths.
Mm.
So if all being said, if mayor stuff happens, I kind of I think that might just be a little bit of my concerns, but then again, I can't choose what happens. So
Yep, fair
I
enough. So you would say that you do see Double in a positive way, but
mm,
if he were to become mayor, you would be a bit stressed about the way he might do things because of the kind of person he is.
yes,
Hmm.
that's what I feel like. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough. Well, those are all of the questions and topics that I have for this interview today. So, I really thank you for lending me your time and
Mm.
sitting here for me to interview you. I really appreciate it, and well, I hope you have a good night. Thank you again.
So true. Thank you very much. Yes. Hold on, wait. Yeah. Thank you very much. This interview was very fun. Bye bye.
Thank you
All
for
right.
giving me some of your time, Hannah Violet MC. Thank you so much for participating in this interview. I'm really glad to have
Sure.
you here. So, you
Sure.
are you're a vampire. How is that going for you, and how does that make you feel about the hunters?
How is it going? Well, it's great that I can't starve to death. The only problem is getting the replacement for food is very hard.
Mm. Is
And the
it
hunters haven't specifically done anything to me yet. They're fine, actually. I'm working with some of them on a project.
is this
So,
project the revolution that you are the leader of?
yes,
How
that would
how does it
be.
feel to be the leader, such a young person, and be a leader of such a empowering movement?
Well, I'm just not okay with the current mayorship, and well, I mean, to be able to do something right is well a good feeling.
Mhm, mhm.
And to know people actually support this cause and I'm not just jealous, which I mean, I'm not, but I'm viewed that way, you know?
So
Because I mean, oh, this person just comes in, says they're married, and I'm all like, no, you can't do that. Some might view it as jealousy, even though it's not.
so you've been here since essentially day zero in this area, and when Ruby had elected themselves as mayor. I do understand.
The electing themselves mayor was pretty recent. That may have been like a month ago.
So the mayor
I
was
don't know
pretty
why they
recent.
decided to. Yeah, it wasn't too long ago when they decided that. I remember because my instant reaction was, "Oh God,
Ah, so you've been here still since day zero, and you,
it's true."
Ruby, and the other people who were on at this time, had all been on somewhat equal footing until Ruby had just suddenly decided to declare that they were mayor, and you have issues with that just because of the way they declared it, and not because Ruby is a bad mayor.
Yes, they haven't necessarily done anything that's bad besides kill me. Uh, that was fun.
Why have they killed you?
I'm apparently a criminal.
What do
Love
you know
that.
what you did to be classified as a criminal?
One of the things was I spawned in trans flags because they're cosmetic, and I presumed that wouldn't be a problem. Apparently, it was.
Uh-huh. Interesting. Is
And I remember what the other reasons were, but there were more than one reason, but that was one of the reasons.
Right, interesting. So you are now seen as a criminal in the eyes of the law.
Yes, but I think my death. I think when they killed me, that was kind of like the metaphorical jail, because they
Mm,
don't have an actual jail and are too lazy to build one. Um,
fair enough. So, do you
yeah.
think they are aware of what you were doing with your revolution?
No, I'm pretty sure because I'm sure if they had found out I was planning a revolution, they would be throwing me out into like an exile or something.
Interesting. Well, I would say that is a good thing for your revolution that not the authorities haven't quite discovered about it yet. Um,
Yep.
yeah. So on that note, how do you like what are your goals? Like aside from like the revolution, do you have any other goals outside of that?
As of the moment, but besides just trying to best double on everything he does,
Mm.
nothing much. It's
So I've
like we're
been
currently trying to make a better version of his XP farm
ah.
because I'm sick of him being like, oh, I have all these levels, look at me.
I've been hearing a lot about this double character from the other people I've
Mm.
interviewed. Some people
Uh,
have said that he is like a bee, annoying, but if you're allergic to bees, you can't do anything about it because it'll kill you. Another person had said he bullies me, and he's at a godlike stance, and then another person said
yep.
he's pretty chill. Now, with these statements, would you agree with them or contest any of them?
I contest the one that says he's pretty chill.
Is it is he just not chill and you agree with the fact that he is a constant harassment to the server?
Yes.
Mhm. Mhm. And
Yes.
so you would say a goal of yours is to be able to put him in his place by being as strong as him.
Yes. Although I don't think it'll be possible because that man has like ungodly knowledge, but it's worth a shot.
Uh-huh, interesting.
There's nothing to do other than pace around my home at night.
Okay. Well, that is certainly something that actually two people now, including yourself, have actually said that they're willing to reach, is to be able to get to goals to match with double, and he's starting to actually, I've noticed, prove as a negative but positive figure on the server in the sense that he is giving people a goal to reach for through being a dickhead. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Yes, actively, yes, I would. That sounds about right. The
Hmm.
math does math.
Interesting. Now, who would you say is your favorite person on the server?
Favorite person on the server? Who are? There's so many people. That's a very hard decision. Probably Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
No, definitely Morgan.
Uh-huh. Well, that's... A lot of
If you
people
had
have
asked
said
me
good
this
things about
before
Morgan.
Ruby became mayor, I would have said Ruby, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Good to know. And how do you feel about, other people of the server?
People the server? I mean, everyone's okay. They all have their problems, their quirks, if you will.
Their quirky quirks? Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, I guess, I already know your feelings about the mayor, so on that note, um, is there anything you would like to talk about in this interview?
Talk about, I mean, we touched the revolution, the kind of like the basis of that already. I can't think of much.
Well,
Really.
it was nice having you here for this interview. I really was really glad to see your insight about similar topics I've been discussing with other members of this SMP, and it was lovely having you here. And I hope you enjoy your day. Although I do not recommend leaving the tree until later moments.
You see, simple solution. Run like hell.
Alright, thank you, Active Rubidium, for lending me your time.
So,
How are you? How are you this fine night? How are you?
fine, I suppose, I could be doing a lot of stuff right now.
Well, I'm glad that you had put those things aside to be here for this interview. We won't be too long, hopefully. But I would like to get started off with, so you're a vampire. How's that been going for you, and how does that make you feel about the vampire hunters?
I mean, I don't know. Huh. Well, I don't really know, I'm just a vampire. I don't know. I don't think about it much. Same with vampire hunters. I mean, like, some of them are a bit of a pain, but I don't try to think about it too hard because, like, as the mayor, I think it is important to be at least respectable to all,
Interesting. On that note of being the mayor, I've heard a lot from the others about how they feel about your mayorship, in saying that all of them, surprisingly, have had said that you are not a bad mayor and actually are pretty decent at the job, but they do not appreciate how you just came in one day and said, "I'm mayor." What do you have to say about this?
I mean, it seems that they all agree with my mayorship, so I don't understand why they're complaining.
So you don't see any issue in how you just walking in and saying I'm mayor and not giving anyone else a fair chance is there is an issue at all? You don't see any problem with that?
I mean, like, I guess you can complain and all, but I don't see it as an issue because nobody else was gonna do it.
Fair enough. Are you ever worried about any uprising or mutiny to happen, or are you fairly confident in your mayorship that you don't need to stress about such things?
I mean, if it happens, I'll deal with it. That's the way of life, is it not?
Those are words of wisdom. Well, you seem pretty confident in your ability to be a mayor, and moving on from that topic, what are your goals for this, you seem to have a little bit of something in your back there, but I'm sure it's fine. What are your goals for your mayorship, or just you as a person on the server? What do you hope to achieve?
I mean, I kind of want more unity. It seems weird because it seems like at the same time I'm also driving some people apart. I mean, there's certain people I target more in like a playful way. Whether or not they see it as that is a different scenario altogether. But I think to bring everybody together and just have a good time doing things.
So you just want peace among everybody.
Peace and fun times.
Well, that actually matches up with one of the other interviewers and their wishes, and I find this quite interesting how a lot of you seem to have the same views on subjects, and I just find it very, very interesting. And on this note, who do you like? How do you feel about the other people on the server, and who would you say is your favorite person on the server?
I don't like picking favorites, but I guess it would be someone like Sai. They're the easiest to get along with. People who don't cause problems and just vibe hard.
Fair enough. And who would you say your least favorite, or someone you don't particularly enjoy as much as others?
So there's the obvious joking answer of Hannah for how adamant she seems to be on me having no authority. But I don't really view that as a problem, so probably not her. But maybe Pyro, because he seems very contrary just to be contrary, kind of like Double as well. They both have that energy of sometimes almost causing a problem just to cause a problem, Like, if you're gonna say something, they purposely disagreeing with it just to disagree,
On the note of Hannah, I recently came to my attention that she had been convicted as a criminal, and her punishment was that of death. And she had told me that she had illegal contraband, and on the server is why she got killed. Is your immediate, like, was that the most extreme reaction you would say, to kill someone for having that, or what was your thought process behind convicting her?
We all know that we can all respawn. Like, death isn't permanent, and death has never really been permanent, at least not on this server. And for that reason, I do not think that death is as bad of a punishment as they are making it out to be. I feel like it doesn't mean much. Like, at most you lose some durability on your armor and like your experience points or whatever. You don't really like genuinely lose anything other than some time and maybe some dignity, which is really what a punishment should be. So I don't see an issue with that. I feel like a true punishment is taking you away from the things you love. Things like actual jail time, because then it is not only just like it's like a full-on waste of time there, being separated from the things you care about. That's a real punishment. That's something that would cause problems.
Mm-hmm. So you feel like the punishment you gave wasn't actually that severe at all whatsoever?
It's not at
Okay.
all, no.
Good to know, good to know. A lot of people on the server have actually been talking about Double in the sense that he has a godlike standpoint and he's like at this unattainable power level. You as the mayor, how does this make you feel? Are you worried at all about this, or?
Double's not godlike, he just grinds a lot in specific things to make you more powerful. I feel like people are feeling that way simply because they are not taking the time to do what he has done. Anybody can do what he has done, you know? Like it's not like he's super overpowered. He's using means everybody else has access to, and it is on them if they do not take the same action. So
Mhm. Those are some well put words. Well, is there anything that you personally would like to talk about in this interview?
I don't know.
Fair enough. Well, that is all that I really have for this interview today. Thank you so much for lending me some moments of your time, and I wish you the good rest of your morning, night, time, as it seems. Well, thank you for being
Yeah,
here.
time changes weirdly around here. Don't worry about it.
I've noticed.